friends, it's Jessi here. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. Typically on Thursdays, I sit down and I do all of my expense tracking for the week, but today we're going to be expense tracking just for a portion of the week, the portion of the week that we were on vacation. We went over the 4th of July and the long weekend to our camper and had a big camping trip. You can see here in my monthly budget for camping trip, I budgeted $400. We're gonna take a look at everything I spent for that vacation. Spoiler alert, definitely went over budget. So it's another episode of Overspending with Jessi where I spent way more money than I should have. So I'm gonna use this expense tracker here to break down what we spent, get everything added up so that I can write in an actual amount here for our camping trip. It was over $400. Honestly, I don't know what I was thinking budgeting $400 because we spent more than $400 before we even left to go on this vacation. So if you're not familiar, we have a travel trailer. It sits on an annual campsite. We go there off and on throughout the summer. My husband uses it during the hunting season for a little hunting lodge. We spent a lot of time there, but the most time we spend there is always over the 4th of July. It's like an annual thing. We close down our office for a couple of days and we spend an extended period of time there. Typically, we go there with some family of ours. Our family could not make it this year, so we took a couple of Austin's friends instead. So it was myself, my husband, Austin, and then 2 of his friends that went. Robbie didn't go. He ended up having to work, so it was just the 5 of us. We have the camper there, so we don't need to pay for, lodging, but we do have to pay for all of our food and everything while we're there. So that is what makes up most of what we spent. We were there from July 2nd. Nope, I'm lying. It was July 4th through the 8th. And this was our camping vacation. So this is our family vacation for the summer. We are not really doing anything else. So if I look at it that way, if I compare it to a typical vacation, we spent way less than I think an average person spends on vacation. But because it was just more like a staycation and we stayed in our own place and all of that, I budgeted pretty low, $400. But that budget ultimately ended up being too low. We definitely spent more than that. So let's just get into everything we spent. When I'm writing everything in here for our expense tracker, the category is always going to be vacation. These are just vacation expenses. I decided to break out my vacation spending from my weekly expense tracking. So you will see the weekly expense tracker in tomorrow's video when I check in with my budget. And that will be all of the spending we did outside of our vacation. Hopefully that makes sense. So we're starting with July 4th. We actually weren't able to leave for our camping destination until the 4th. We thought we were going to be able to leave on the 3rd, but Austin ended up having an evening soccer game that day. So we got up on Thursday morning of the 4th of July, packed everything up, and left. But before we left, we had to go and grab some things that we needed. So first up, we went to Dunham's, which is a local sporting goods store, and we picked up a few things that we needed / wanted for the boys to be able to have a good time over the weekend. We bought a volleyball and some other odds and ends, and the amount that we spent was $88.33. And then after that, we went to Walmart to pick up all of the groceries that we would need for the trip, plus pellets. We got a few other odds and ends that we needed. And it was a very hefty price tag. Like I said, our entire vacation budget was $400, and in Walmart we spent $451.93. So we were already over our budget before we even left to go camping. So yeah, not the best. I definitely underestimated how much we would spend. By the way, I'm gonna zoom you guys in. I don't know why I was so far away whilst doing this. So yeah, this does not bode well for our budget, does it? We left kind of late afternoon on the 4th. We got a later start than we anticipated, and we knew that once we got to our camper, we were gonna have to unload everything and get everything all kind of set up for the long weekend. So ultimately we decided just to grab dinner for all of us. Actually, my husband and I had eaten a late lunch, so we weren't really hungry, but the boys, of course, were hungry. So we took them to Subway, and they spent $29.22 on some submarine sandwiches. And then the Subway that we went to is right inside of a gas station. So we got drinks and stuff from the gas station. And it was a couple of different transactions. The boys got their drinks, and then my husband went in deciding that he wanted some things as well. So it's 2 different transactions, both kind of right after, one after the other. The one was $7.57, and then the other, I just realized that I am putting all of these transactions in the category instead of the withdrawal, but it doesn't matter, it's fine. The other transaction was $6.77. So we got food for the road, we got drinks for the road, we got all of our groceries that we needed, plus some fun, like sportsy things for us to do over the weekend. And then we were off to our camping trip. We went to Dollar General on the 5th. We needed ice, and the boys all picked out snacks and stuff for a movie night because it ended up pouring down rain on the 5th, and we couldn't really do anything outdoorsy. So the amount that was spent at Dollar General was $70.36. And then on the 6th, we needed to get some more ice. So we went to a little local store and grabbed a couple of bags of ice. And the amount there was $12.46. And then later on that day, we went back to this store for something else, I don't remember, and we spent $10.06. And that was everything. So in the grand scheme of things, for a vacation for 5 people, it wasn't that much, but definitely more than the $400 that I had anticipated. So I'm gonna pull in my calculator. We're gonna get a total for everything we spent, and I'm just gonna go through and highlight things so that I make sure I don't forget anything. So we've got $88.33 at Dunham's, plus $451.93 at Walmart, plus $29.22 at Subway, $7.57, plus $6.77, plus $70.36, plus $12.46, plus $10.06. For a grand total spent on our vacation of $676.70. So yeah, over budget for sure. I definitely underestimated how much we were going to need to spend. Would have been less had we not gone to Dunham's and bought like the fun sportsy things that we purchased. So I guess we could have cut costs there. But overall, we spent $676.70. So I need to put that here on my hybrid budget worksheet under the actual total for our camping trip. $676.70, which is $276.70 over budget. So that may well put us over budget for the month in general. I didn't have a sinking fund set up for this camping trip, so I decided I was just going to lump it into our regular monthly budget, and having overspent there, it's definitely going to be tough for us to come in under budget for July. But there's some categories and other places where I can maybe try to cut back a little bit. We do have a little bit of a buffer, so we'll see how this affects our overall monthly budget. But that is it for this video. Definitely overspending with Jessi today, but we had a really nice time on our camping trip. We definitely spent less than we would have had we gone on a true family vacation. So it is what it is. We'll see what happens throughout the rest of the month, but that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. That really helps out my channel. You can subscribe to my channel as well. That's another way that you can really help me out. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what your vacation plans are for the summer. That's pretty much it for us. We talked about doing a trip to an indoor water park, but I think we're gonna try to do that in the fall instead and try to save up some money prior to that happening. I do have a trip with some of my extended family to Chicago next month, so I need to start thinking about setting some money aside for that. But that's for another video. For now, I will go ahead and take my leave. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!